Hello everybody, it's Mimberly and welcome back to Touchstarved. Now, last time we met Veer, who was very quickly taking my attention and my fancy, but whether he's going to be the final deciding one, we're going to find out. So, let's continue where we left off. It's easy enough to follow the winding streets, climbing uphill towards the distant tower. Hours later, legs aching and sweat beading on my forehead, I finally find what I'm searching for. The cenobium of the luminous void. Well, that's not a fancy fucking ass name. It stands at the highest point of Eridina, surrounded by cold white walls. Well-dressed people stroll down the walkways, ignoring the massive tower in their midst. I'm the only one standing before the gates. I crane my neck up until the top of the cenobium spire disappears into the clouds overhead. I frown up at the gates, wondering what secrets wait on the other side. Despite their delicate beauty, there must be more to them than meets the eye. Knocking seems like a terrible idea, but I don't see any other way of making my presence known. I'm halfway up the stairs when something moves in my peripheral vision. Oh? A shadowy figure crouches beneath one of the white walls. They reach out and tug on a vine, as if testing its strength. Oi! You there! The shadow vanishes as quickly as I spotted it, and a gaunt-faced man in a crisp charcoal uniform marches up the steps toward me. Ugh, another tourist. Get out of here, you want your done gawking. A dismissive wave accompanies his equally dismissive words, and he turns without even waiting for my response. I look back at where I saw the intruder, but there's nothing. Just the leaves gently blowing in a cool breeze. I step away from the gate, hopelessness washing over me. Hello. Oh god, that's not creepy. A whisper coats the back of my ear, hot and syrupy. I jerk away, but find no one beside me. Instead, halfway down the staircase, I spot a girl peering up at me. She's barefoot, draped in several layers of worn, moth-eaten clothing. Peculiar metal jewelry hangs across her face and jingles with each slight movement. Her eyes are the most striking feature. They shine a scorching, unnatural crimson. It feels like I'm staring into the sun, and yet I'm strangely captivated by her. She tilts her head, the tinkling of metal riding the wind. Do you need help? I do. I'm unsure how to respond. The air is charged with a mysterious energy, as if each of my words is worth its weight in gold. On the off chance she can help me, I might as well be somewhat truthful. I do, but wanting it is another question. The giggle she makes is a chiming, fluttering sound. You're honest. I like that. She dips into a polite curtsy. My name is Iris. I was like you once, hopeless and alone. The ones in the tower won't help with your pain. I might be able to, though. I try not to dwell on the fact that I'm recognizably desperate. Instead, I focus on her vague offer as I descend the steps. You don't know what I'm looking for. You need what everyone else needs in this world. A miracle. Iris turns and my thoughts abruptly scatter. Pitted skin snakes down her shoulders, blooming from a gaping hole in the back of her neck. Oh god, a shuddering breath escapes me. The fuck? Whatever disease she had consumed her from the inside out. How is she able to move or breathe? It's impossible. She shouldn't be alive. And yet, I only get a glimpse before she faces me once more, this time looking a bit bashful. I know it's not pretty, but that's not what matters. The sea spring can cure anything. It can cure you, too. Her shining eyes flick to my bandaged hands and then back up again, so I nearly miss it. I stand there, wordless. It's a twisted miracle, but a miracle nonetheless. She extends a hand out to me, her delicate fingers outstretched. I can take you there, if you'd like. You can decide on your own when you see it. Her hand is frail, marred with tiny wounds. It's the epitome of vulnerability, the complete opposite of the cenobium's mocking, impenetrable gates. And if I say no? It's your choice. The truth is, I don't have much of a choice. Not right now, at least. I wonder if Iris knows that somehow. If there's any hope of finding a cure, I need to follow every lead, including seeing this sea spring for myself. Take her hand. I cautiously slide my hand into hers. Her skin is ice cold through my bandages. We descend from the higher streets, abandoning their gilded decayance as we cross the river. The wet, derelict districts hold more familiarity for me. However, Iris leads me further still, until I'm met with an all too familiar sight. My gut lurches when I face the open horizon. The sea spring is straight ahead. Iridinia's outskirts are hardly recognizable in daylight, but venturing beyond the city walls is a gamble I wasn't prepared to take so soon. I shake my head and pull away from Iris. I'm not leaving the city. She circles in front of me with a placating gesture. Don't be scared. I promise you it's all right. You're as safe inside the city as outside of it, and this stretch before you is the safest of all. She casts a wistful gaze out over the wastes as if admiring something beyond the visitor. This region belongs to Aeus. Some call him a gang leader, but he's much more than that. It's difficult to string my thoughts together. Only a fool would leave the city, but a primal instinct tells me that Iris isn't lying. She twirls around with another curtsy, jewelry twinkling playfully in the sunlight. Her doe eyes soften with a smile. As I said, it's your choice. Thank you for coming this far. I hope we meet again, Mimby. I blink, and she's gone. Eh? Confusion grips me as I look around, searching for any trace of her, but I'm completely alone, with only the vast nothingness of the waste for company. Did I just imagine everything? No, that whole encounter was real. Again, that primal instinct insists on it, just like it insisted on Iris's honesty. The sea spring is straight ahead. If it managed to cure Iris, I need to see what it can do for me. I venture forth, nerves and determination rolling together in my chest. My heart pounds with each step I take from civilization. For what it seems like an eternity, I force each foot forward. One step, then another, until a realization hits me. I never told Iris my name. Oh, something pierces the horizon ahead of me. A building nestled into a tall cliffside. It appears so starkly out of place that it might as well be a hallucination. Dripping with extravagance and adorned in honeyed mahogany, it's an ornate jewel of architecture. Dark silhouettes skirt on it both sides. Trees, I think, until I'm close enough to realize what I mistook for branches were spikes and jutting tendrils. Soulless. Several of them watch me in the distance like statues. Oh god. Flashes of last light chase me. The gushes of blood and the screams of death. The smell of burning flesh and sore bile. I can't go through that again. I won't. Exploding into a messy sprint, I push my legs as far as they'll take me towards the decorated building. The next thing I know, I'm dashing up wooden stairs and crashing through towering double doors. God, where the hell are we? My lungs burn from exertion. I gasp for breath, desperate to be safe, but when I orient myself with my surroundings, it's more hellscape than sanctuary. Blood flows all around me, overwhelming my vision with a lucrid, unholy red. Instinctively, my hand leaps to my mouth, but the rotten stench of blood never comes. Instead, a smoky scent hangs in the air, sharp and spiced. I swallow thickly, convincing myself that it's not as gruesome as it appears. This has to be the sea spring, the place that grants miracles. Tall pillars flank me, blanketed in written notes. Seating pillows scatter the floor. A rustic kettle sits nearby. Someone must live here, despite how eerily empty it is. Call out or stay silent? Let's call out, why not? Hello? Is anyone here? My voice echoes across the cavern without response. I approach the paper-covered pillars. Maybe something here can tell me more. I reach for the closest one. I reach for a note in front of me. It reads, "Dear Mother, don't cry for me. I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye, but we'll meet again in another life. I love you very much. P.S. If you ever see me, never speak to me again. It's written in perfect cursive. I've never seen such beautiful handwriting. Before I can ponder it further, a sharp chill runs down my spine. Something's watching me. I quickly set the note back, my eyes darting around the wooden deck, but it's still empty. Finally, I look towards the sea spring. That stillness hides something deeper. Something wrong. Hey. I spin around and come face to face with a pack of soulless. Ah! They talked! They chitter and growl, tendrils and spikes flaring threateningly. All different sizes and species, but sharing one identical trait. Glowing crimson eyes. Iris. I try to back away, but my heel teeters over the sea spring. I'm cornered. Watch your step. It's deeper than it looks. That voice again. At the sound of it, the soulless freeze, their snarls quieting. Hello? I search for the voice's source and find it above me, lounging in the rafters. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, we've got another contender already just going off of appearances. You look lost, little sparrow. I don't think lost is the word I'm looking for here. His gaze is a violent crimson, one that sears through me, leaves me feeling raw and exposed. They're the same eyes I've seen over and over. First with Iris, now with the soulless circling me, all bound by the sea spring's blood red. In the shroud of darkness behind him, shapes like massive tentacles twist and coil around the wooden beams. I can't focus. The soulless's growls ring in my ears. They're not advancing, but that could change at any second. Panic rises in my throat as I struggle to track them. Hey! Eyes on me. My stomach rolls as I tear my eyes away from the soulless. Don't ignore someone who's talking to you. It's not polite. For a moment, anger knocks my fear aside. Who is this bastard? I'm distracted. Fuck you. Oh god, we're not gonna... I'm distracted. I'm kind of distracted by the soulless about to maul me. Only on my command. Oh, they literally put the name as bastard. Fantastic. I scan the soulless again. They really aren't attacking me and posturing more than anything else. You tamed them? Power of the sea spring. They're hungry, so they might bite. You could give me a reason to stop them. How about I didn't do anything wrong? Trespassing. And that's punishable by death? He gives a non-committal shrug. I called out earlier to see if anyone was here. Were we supposed to play hide and seek? Didn't hear you. My voice stops in my throat. This bastard's terse coolness is both infuriating and terrifying. I rack my brain for a way to defuse the situation. I need help. Okay, fine. I need help. I thought the sea spring could cure me. Somehow. My voice wavers pathetically. Honesty has never been my strong suit. He cants his head to the side, appraising me, but doesn't respond. I fidget nervously. I'm telling you, I came here for help. Are you listening? Your hands. Alarm jolts through me. I hide my hands under my cloak. Show me. Why? Won't ask twice. With a sharp exhale, I reluctantly hold out my bandaged hands. Are you getting off on this? Unwrap them. Heat rushes to my face and fire to my tongue. I should give him a piece of my mind, but not when his soulless are one command away from ripping me to shreds. Yet no matter how much I will myself to move, my body stays frozen in place. I stand there for a long, agonizing minute. My hands are trembling when I finally raise them. I know the skin beneath the wrappings all too well, the hideous, unnatural flesh I've grown to despise. I grip the edge of the bandages. Stop. With a weary sigh, the man slides off the beam and lands with a thud that shakes the panels underfoot. God, he does look good though. He's a monster, tall and imposing, with a presence that commands the room like gravity. Lantern light sculpts his face in sharp, unforgiving lines. Subtle clinks of metal accompany each of his footsteps. The closer he gets to me, the faster my heart hitches. What does he want? Is he going to kill me? I step backwards and find nothing to set my foot on. I've forgotten my back was to the sea spring. I fall right before a warm hand catches my lower back. I'm hovering above the sea spring, the scent of smoke and leather enveloping me. Blazing eyes bore into mine. Told you to watch your step. I'm too stunned to muster a response. Like I weigh nothing, he guides me back to solid ground. Following a subtle gesture from his fingers, the soulless around us disperse and relax. The shift in their demeanor is so abrupt, it gives me a whiplash. The enormous tentacles are no longer in the rafters, though now I doubt I ever saw them at all. Either way, I let out a breath of relief. Thanks. As focused on me as he was before, the monster pays no attention to me now. He kicks some seating pillows out of the walkways, checks the contents of the kettle with a scrawl. The sudden disregard is almost insulting. So, that's it? I'm not a threat anymore? Never were one. Then why did you threaten me? People get honest when they're afraid. In other words, he was messing with me. I drag a hand over my face, exhausted by the fact that this is the second time a monster has provoked me today. You're Ace, aren't you? Depends who's asking. One of your friends told me that this was your territory. She also said you were a gang leader. But there's no one else here. I thought there'd be more people. Ice picks up the kettle, walks to the edge of the sea spring, and dumps the contents into the endless red. They took a walk. His pleasant smile stretches ear to ear, and then in an instant, it drops. I get the sense that I shouldn't ask about that again. You said you came here for help. Well, it depends. Can the sea spring cure a curse? Probably. You mean you don't know? Nope. He shakes out the empty kettle and starts collecting stray cups, tidying up. My frustration builds. I narrow my eyes at him in a questioning glare. When he notices, he returns it with an amused smirk. Oh, he's a cocky bastard. My type. Are you being irritating on purpose? Listen, Sparrow, the sea spring can cure anything. Nothing's stopping you from trying it yourself. What do I have to do? Drink. I have to drink from the sea spring? My eyes glide to the blood-like pool beside us. The idea of ingesting the liquid makes my guts churn. Is there a price? Always. Ice takes his temple with a finger. You lose it a little bit. That's it. Might have already beat it to the punch. My humour earns me an amused, fanged grin. Oh, he's got fangs. Oh, fuck me. This is a little different. When you drink from the sea spring, you forget who you are. Your mind combines of everyone who ever drank before. Humans, monsters, soulless. One big happy family in your head. My blood runs cold. I've heard of these before. Group minds. I thought they were just rumours. I'd heard whispers of cults performing rituals to bind their members' minds together. It never seemed possible. But something tells me this is real. Even if one thing doesn't add up. Your eyes are red too, but you obviously haven't forgotten who you are. Before I can finish my sentence, Ice strides past me toward the entrance. Time's up. Let's finish this later. Wait, already? You barely told me anything! Came on a bad day. I've got somewhere to be. There are still so many questions burning on the tip of my tongue, but my frustration spills out before I can ask any of them. I was told to come here for help, but instead I get threatened and kicked out. You're joking, right? Watch your tone. I'm nice, but you don't want to ruin the host's mood. My skin prickles. The feeling of being watched washes over me again. My eyes dart back over to the sea spring. A lone ripple dances on the quiet surface. I take I's advice and clap my mouth shut. I's approaches a nearby soulless, a lanky dog-like one with 6 legs and a crown of tendrils. Several sets of red eyes adorn its sides. Its forked tail wags rapidly when Ice squats beside it. He runs his fingers through the tendrils, scratches his chin, and pats its head. A gentle smile plays across Ice's lips. The affection he holds for the soulless is painfully clear. I dip my eyes away, my stomach fluttering at the tender sight. It's getting dark out, so this pretty girl will guide you back. Following a short whistle from Ice's lips, it trots over to the entrance obediently, tail swaying. He called me pretty. We're getting there. I watch the soulless wearily. Pretty is not a word I would use to describe it, and the idea of it protecting me sounds absurd. If I decide to drink, how do I find you? Find someone with eyes like mine. They'll point you in the right direction. But think it over. Once you drink, you can't go back. It's a lot to process, but I give a small nod. At least I know I have another option for a cure, as disturbing as it may be. I follow the soulless at a measured distance, and watch it nudge the great doors open with ease. When I'm about to cross the threshold, I sneak one last glance behind me. My heart skips when I meet Ice's eyes. I'm about to snap my head away, but he just flashes me an easy smile. Till next time, Sparrow, I'll buy you a drink for scaring you. I don't trust myself to do anything but respond with another curt nod. Okay, he's a contender. Outside, more crimson-eyed soulless scuttle about. It's hard to believe they're from the same threatening pack from before. They chase each other in circles, roll around in the bog's mud. I've never known soulless to play, let alone keep company with each other. They're usually territorial and hostile. A part of me is almost happy for them. Being alone in this world is a fate I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, and somehow the Sea Spring has given them a family. But now's not the time to be envious of bloodthirsty creatures. The soulless pay no attention to me as the dog-like one escorts me away. So he can control them, huh? So has he, like, communicated to the whole mind to just basically leave me alone and not attack me? Dusk darkens the sky by the time we reach the city. The soulless sits, canting its head at me with familiar crimson eyes. I think it wants something. Let's pet it. I've never encountered a soulless that likes to be pet, but I've never encountered a soulless that escorts people safely back to town either. I slowly reach out to the soulless, letting it sniff my closed fist so I don't startle it. But it just headbutts my knuckles, impatient and demanding. I let out a snicker. Okay. I carefully glide my fingers through the soulless tendrils and scratch beneath its chin, just like Ice did. It pushes into my palm in response, rumbling with a sound akin to a purr. The vibrations are smoothing, almost healing my fatigue. When it's satisfied, the soulless spins round and scampers back in the direction we came, vanishing into the darkness. I've just arrived in Eridina, but I've already encountered so many things I thought were impossible. Tamed soulless being one of them. My head spins. Maybe I should just call it a day. Yeah, Mimby's had quite a day, hasn't she? Jesus. Oh. Nightfall creeps across the streets of Eridina. The city, labyrinthine, even in daytime, has now become a warren of treacherous alleyways. The streets are completely deserted. If I hadn't been here earlier, I would have thought this part of the city abandoned. My steps slow when I hear rustling in the dark. I strain my ears, but everything is still. Is the silence playing tricks on me? I'm imagining things. Something is wrong. I need to move. Why does I need to move in red? I draw my cloak close and move toward the nearest building to disguise my silhouette in the dark. It was a quiet, wet sound. The sound of blood and flesh squelching. Something is out here on the streets of me. A soulless? A monster? I'm not quite sure which direction it came from, but I can't stay either. I need to get somewhere safer. Though I keep my eyes sharp and listen intently, there's only the sound of my own footsteps. I know what I heard. As the moments pass and nothing happens, I only grow more tense. I turn the next corner and my thoughts come screaming to a halt. My head spins. Uh-oh. The world blurring as adrenaline rushes through my veins. Only one thing is clear amidst the haze. The soulless that attacks the caravan. Oh, fuck. It's crouched over a dark, indistinct shape. A body. A garland of intestines spills from passive flesh. Blood grouts the cobblestones. Holding my breath, I take a step backward. When the wet slurping sounds don't abate, I take another. And then another. And then a shard of glass crunches under my heel. The world slows to a crawl as the soulless raises its head, blood dripping from its tendrils. Every single one of its bulging eyes fixed unblinkingly on me. It's really here. It's come back for me. Run! I'm off like a shot, running for my life through this darkened streets. The soulless howls, its raspy voice harsh with hunger, and heavy footfalls pound after me. My heart thunders in my chest. I take turns at random, trying to lose the soulless in the maze of streets, but I just can't seem to shake it. I can hear its breathing now, a wet, fluttering rasp, growing closer and closer. The same claws that severed my arms swipe out. I ducked, saved by pure reflex, and skid around a corner only to freeze. A wall twice as high as me bars my way. A dead end. Behind me, the soulless looms. It's enormous, taking up nearly the entire width of the alleyway. Its long, claw-tipped limbs give it the advantage of reach. Try to escape or fight back. Well, fight back? I may be cornered, but I'm not going to lie down and accept my death. Despite the trembling on my fingers, I unwind my bandages. I just need to touch it. If I can touch it with my uncovered hands, I can pacify it. With an ear-splitting shriek, the soulless charges at me. I duck under its first swipe and twist away as it racks down with its other arm. It hisses, frustrated. I see an opening and lunge. The soulless talons open my arm from shoulder to wrist. And for a moment, I don't feel anything. And then pain explodes up my arm and through my body, and I reflexively flinch back. I don't get far. The soulless's tail whips out, catching me at the ankles and sending me sprawling to the ground. Desperately, I raise my good hand in an attempt to defend myself, but its foot comes down hard on my shoulder. Yeah. The tendons give way, the joint dislocating with a sickening pop. With both arms useless, I can only watch, numb, as it descends on me. I wish I could say it was quick and painless, that someone came to help me. But in the end, my only escape is death. Oh, fuck! I picked the wrong option! Ah! Right, okay. Next time, try to escape. Noted. Ah, okay, never mind. Right, try to escape. That's fine. I don't know how my hand... Oh, shit. I went a bit too far. Oh, crap. History. This is why history is useful, people. Right, as the soulless prowls closer, my eyes... Sorry, I thought it was going to give me the option again. As the soulless prowls closer, my eyes dart from side to side looking for an escape. The soulless is blocking the obvious way out, but right behind me, there's a rickety door that must lead into the adjoining building. If I can get inside, the soulless's size will hinder any attempts to pursue me. I whirl, grabbing at the handle. It turns completely, its hinges creaking as I push, and I feel a flash of hope, before a weight hits the door from the other side and it slams shut. The click of the lock turning is grimly final. In this wretched world, few people would stick their neck out to help their own flesh and blood, never mind a stranger. The soulless gives a rasping hiss. It's the only warning I get before it lunges for me with a flash of claws. I hurl myself to the side, but the slick cobblestones betray me. I fall, sprawling over the rough stone. As the soulless looms over me, I scramble away from it until my back hits the wall. There's nowhere left to go. It descends on me for the kill, but the impact never comes. Hello? I wearily crack one eye open, then the other, not sure whether I should believe what I'm seeing. A hooded figure crouches in front of me, one blood-stained hand outstretched. Oh! Weren't you at the, I think I recognize him. Wasn't he at the, thingy earlier, the Cenobia? Moonlight silvers the edge of their stiletto knife. Their face and hands are splattered with blood, and the soulless... My eyes dart past my unexpected rescuer to the misshapen form behind them. The soulless's many eyes, once restless and vibrant, now look dull and waxy. A red pool spreads from beneath under its body. Numb with shock, I can't help but stare. After all, the people it's killed, after nearly killing me twice, I can hardly believe it's dead. Well, I gingerly take the offered hand. The hunter's gaze dips to my bandages. Pale lips part on the brink of a question, and then close again. With a strength belaying their slight frame, they pull me upright. I can feel the tension in their grip. Their fingers tremble like they want to pull away. It's a sensation I'm all too familiar with myself. Despite their obvious discomfort, they pause for a moment, pale eyes sweeping over me. Not going to fall? When I shake my head, they hastily let go and back off, wiping the blood from their face and hands. The hunter turns away from me, the heel of their boot hitting the soulless gargly body. They lean over it, studying it intently. With their back to me, I realize that their hooded silhouette is familiar. I saw them outside the cenobium. Vestigal or functional? I'm startled out of my thoughts when they speak, but they aren't looking at me. Can't all be processed in the brain. Its optical lobes would have to be enormous. In fact, I don't think they're talking to me at all. Stay quiet. If you don't know what you're talking about, just stay quiet. I linger to listen, curious, despite myself. They move to the soulless's other side, still engrossed in their study of his many eyes. Sensory lag wouldn't be a problem, but how does it compensate all of the neurological input? I wonder. Maybe they caught sight of me in their peripheral vision, or maybe they just heard me shift slightly. The hunter jolts upright, their wide eyes landing on me. You're still here? What do you want? I wanted to thank you. They stare at me. Though their lips part, they seem to struggle to figure out what to say. Not used to hearing that? That hint of uncertainty almost vanishes under their skull. Almost. You shouldn't need my help to begin with. What were you thinking, travelling alone at night? This is far from the worst thing haunting Lowtown. I can't make heads or tails of them. First they save me, and now they scold me? Lesson learned. I could do without the lecture, though. To my surprise, they break eye contact. They frown. Further disapproval doesn't seem directed at me. If you're not going to run off screaming, you might as well wait until I'm done. Their attention glides back to the soulless's corpse. They examine it with an indescribable expression. I clear my throat to feel the silence. I'm Mimby. Mim. Oh my god, why are the names so difficult to pronounce? Suddenly, Mim tenses. Their blade flashes as they drive it back into the back of the soulless's neck. The soulless thrashes once, letting out a rattling hiss as the air leaves its lungs. Ah! Min leans on the blade, driving it deeper and deeper until there's a sickening crunch, and the creature goes limp. My heart thuds in my chest. It must have been clinging to life by a thread. Mim straightens up, withdrawing their blade in a single smooth motion. Better to put wretched things like this out of their misery. They calmly clean the blood from their knife. I swallow, my eyes still glued to the cooling corpse. Why is the soulless inside the city? Min looks at me, eyes searching before realization dawns. You're new here. There's no walls around the city. Soulless can come and go as they please until someone is contracted to stop them. The Cenobium's patrols don't bother to protect Lowtown. Not anymore. Let me guess, you're not a fan of the Cenobium? I wouldn't go that far. Either way, it looks like I owe you. Min's brow abruptly furrows and they sheath their knife, motioning for me to follow. It's not safe here. The vultures can smell death. I'm not quite sure what they mean, but I don't want to stay lost in this city. I trail behind them as they stride down the street. Oh my god. If it's so dangerous, then why are you helping me? I came for the bounty on that soulless and you were in the way. Not killing you isn't the same as helping you. Don't count on being so lucky again or you'll be dead by sunrise. Their answer is stingingly harsh. I hold my hands up, trying to forestall any more snippy comments. Alright, I get it. I'd love to get out of your way, but I'm sort of lost. I just need directions back to my lodgings. Their brow furrows slightly. They open their mouth and for a moment I swear they look regretful. They sigh and shake their head. It's too dangerous at this hour. I'll take you to wherever you're staying. I wasn't expecting to get directions given their attitude. When they realize I'm staring, they look away with a huff. Sorry guys, it's been a long day. It'll be faster, that's all. I have a room at the Wet Wick. At the name, Min's face falls. Ugh, that gaudy cesspit. Not a fan. It's full of drunks and idiots, what do you think? True, it doesn't seem like their kind of place. Well, that's where I'm staying. Are you taking back your offer? Mim exhales sharply and shakes her head. This way. Nin's route is completely different from my slow, early morning meandering. Their steps are swift and sure, even though all the streets blur together in the dark. You know this city pretty well. Well, I grew up here. I think that's the first thing they've told me voluntarily since we met. Was it always like this? Min's gaze wanders, dragging along the dingy buildings. I struggle there to decipher their expression. Regret? No, Iridinia was never perfect, but it used to be a place worth living in. I can't make heads or tails of Mim's answer. Iridinia is the last bastion of humanity in this wasteland. Where else is worth living? The Wet Wick's not much further now. In no time at all, the shadowy alleys of Lowtown give way to brightly lit avenues and crowds of lively people. There we go, we're back at the Wet Wick. It's as if half the city has poured into the Almerilis' district's colourful streets. Laughter, clinking glasses, and music assault my ears from every direction. Yet most of the noise comes from the Wet Wick. Its doors hang open, bright lanterns frame a tall, familiar figure. Oh, the doctor! Mimby. And Mem, I see. It's hard to say which one of us is more surprised. You know each other? Mim is a freelancer who has done a few errands for me. They are quite reliable. Though I can't say I remembered you ever escorting travellers. Mimby nearly walked into the jaws of a soulless. I thought bringing her here would be less trouble. Ah, if you're staying here, I take Leander was able to help you. As it happens, I was also headed in that direction. Shall we? Ugh, fine. He still owes me for yesterday's work. Mem drags her feet, reluctantly trailing me into the tavern. Oh god, I'm going to get all three of them. I'm not sure if I can handle all three of them today. I'm not going to lie. You know what? I'm going to leave that here because I feel like that's going to be a really good place to leave it off. Good lord. I did not expect to like these characters as much as I am. And now I'm stuck between Veer and Ias. This is going to be another spell candle, isn't it? I shouldn't say that. It's a bad comparison. I don't want to compare games, but this is going to be another situation where I don't know which character I want. God damn it. Why do I do this to myself?